We're going to talk about my current setup and why I'm changing it. Welcome back to Crisis Mode Skateboarding. This is the skateboard that's been in every single one of my videos so far. And in this box is a brand new deck. Today we're going to talk about my current setup, what I like about it, then we're going to talk about what I'm changing it to and why I'm changing it to it. And the mic died. So you get voiceover Marty again. Let me talk about my current setup while you watch me take this thing apart. This is a Powell Peralta flight deck, 9 inches wide, 32.45 inches long, and has a 14.5-inch wheelbase. When I first got back into skating, I was almost 300 pounds, and honestly, I was scared I'd be constantly breaking boards. It's probably one of the reasons I waited so long to start skating again. So I did some research and found out about these flight decks. These things are so strong, they run them over with cars. Now as a kid, I almost exclusively rode Powell decks. I can only remember these two, but I'm positive there were more. So hearing that Powell was not only still around, but one of the better options for a fat guy like me, felt like destiny. I wasn't sure about getting a popsicle though at first. I've only ever had one, and it was my last board before I stopped skating. A friend had given me his old World Industries, or maybe it was a blind deck, when I broke my last Hawk, and I never really liked it. When I was shopping for a new board, I saw a couple of really cool shaped decks from Powell, but they always seemed to be out of stock. Now normally, I'd just wait for them to restock, but I had delayed this whole getting back on a skateboard thing long enough. So I just bought the popsicle, and honestly, this board won me over. Now let's get on to the new board. It came in a very FedEx fashion. That is to say, it looked like it'd fallen off the FedEx truck. I opened it up and I was happy to see that there was nothing damaged. But here it is. The Christopher Heitt Pro model. This deck was released just before I ordered the popsicle, and I could never get my hands on it, until now. If you don't know who Christopher Heitt is, I'll assume you're either new to skating or you've been living under a rock. And I'll link his channel and Instagram in the description. I've been following Chris for some time and I love his style, and he seems like a generally good dude. This board is 9.5 inches at the widest point, but it's only 31.13 inches long, so it's a lot smaller than my popsicle. But the wheelbase is 14.63. Gonna be weird, but I can't wait to see how this thing feels. I bought this directly from Skate One, and it's what they call a blem or blemish deck. When I got it, I assumed there would be a noticeable cosmetic blemish, but it took me 2 or 3 minutes just to find the small imperfection in the text. I'm gripping this with a combination of mini logo and Powell Peralta grip tape. I'm doing a small design on the nose, but I think will be fun. I've heard some pretty good things about the mini logo grip tape. Someone even compared it to Mob. So, something else to try out. Now let's talk about why I'm switching boards. My current board isn't worn out. Just has a little bit of razor tail and it probably could use with a regrip. But I just wanted something new. And I think that's the best part about being an adult skater is when I want something new and shiny, I get something new and shiny. For this deck, I'm using the Little John's rails. Heard some really good things about them, so I thought I'd try them out. The last board had Powell rib bones on it. They were fine. I don't actually need rails, but I've always had them and I think they look cool, so I'm putting more on. I did a whole video on the wheels I'm riding, so I won't bore you with all that. I'll just say that they're Powell Peralta Nano Rats 93A at 54 millimeters. I just got some cheap shop bearings in them. I could probably use an upgrade. If you have opinions either way, leave them down below. As for the trucks, these are Slappy ST1s, 9-inch. When I bought the board, I just got the shop trucks to try to save a little money. And boy, was that a mistake. I never liked them. They were either way too loose or they felt like they were welded tight. I tried to get used to them. I even put a couple of different sets of bushings in them to try to help. I just never liked them. Now don't get me wrong, I like tight trucks, but those were just way too tight. And with the Slappies, I have them so I only have maybe 2 threads showing. They always still feel very stable. I can turn really good, but I never feel like they're too loose or too tight. I do have Slappy hard bushings in them though, because I'm still fat. But here it is, my new board. My primary plan for this is for it to be my transition board. I've got plans for another build next year that will probably be my quote-unquote street board. But that's for next year. For now, this one will be my daily driver for a while. It's been kind of gross here the last couple days, but I'll be getting out with this next week to take it for a test drive. Until then, thank you guys for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I'll see you guys next week.